Hey people, it is Saturday, April the 8th. The time is 4:55 in the afternoon. It's currently 5 degrees Celsius, and I'm here at the Glen Road exit from Sherbourne subway station. Just on the edge of the St. Jamestown neighborhood. I'm going to be taking a bit of a wandering type walk around some areas here on the north side of downtown. Maybe taking a few previously untraveled walkways and pathways, connecting some streets that I have walked down previously. Just approaching Howard Street. And those are the towers of St. Jamestown. You can see popping up behind. Just let those people pass by. There wasn't enough space on the sidewalk for me to pass them. And there's a look down Bleecker Street. And here we have a couple of new tall towers just getting underway on either side of the street here. Both will be just a little over 50 stories tall. And they will add to the already significant number of tall towers that have sprung up in the area. The old Egg Smart building here on the corner of Sherbourne and Howard is being preserved. As is this old mansion on this side. I think this was boarded up for years before the development finally got underway. So this is Sherbourne Street. Sounds like a hound dog over there. This beautiful old mansion was also preserved as part of that new Selby apartment tower. And that mansion was also incorporated into its tower development. And this is Selby Street. And that's a new hotel here facing onto Selby. And behind is the residential tower.
Yeah.
That guy walked by and said, "Cool building." So I have walked down Selby before in a few videos and live streams, but up ahead there's a walkway that will take me to Ted Rogers Way. And I've never walked along that particular stretch before. So I'm going to make my way over there, and I can see here 2 more tall towers are proposed for this location. Currently these old townhomes are located here. And this is Huntley Street. Rather quiet residential side street. And I believe there's a staircase over here. Ishkozi Park. It says closed for the winter and the gates are locked. Well, I think they're lacking or slacking a bit in reopening this. We're well into spring now. And just straight up ahead is Bloor Street. Here's the staircase. This will take us down to the very busy Ted Rogers Way. I had to make sure before coming out to record this that there was a proper sidewalk for me to walk along here. And there is. So I thought, all right, let's do it. So that becomes Mount Pleasant Road as you head south. And the head office of Rogers Communications is located right here on Ted Rogers Way, of course. It's strange, I've never walked along this stretch in my entire life, really, until now. It just hasn't been particularly inviting as a pedestrian every time I've been in the area. There's another wing of Rogers, not the main building, but they're connected with this overhead walkway. And this is the rather gaudy looking home of Rogers. Never been a fan of this building. At least it's different, though. There's one thing positive to say about it. It's different and it stands out in the area. So this is where Ted Rogers Way becomes Jarvis Street, south from this point. And I'm going to try to cross here. This is one of the other reasons why I've always disliked this area from a walking standpoint. I could have sprinted across there before the car started moving, but why bother? I would have just got stuck on that island right there. I'm going to go now though, because I can see the light over on this side is green. See, and then you have to wait again at this location to cross the rest of the way. They definitely put you through a bit of a rat in a maze sort of situation just to get across the street here. There's a look straight down Jarvis. Now this is Charles Street, but I want to head over to Hayden Street, which dead ends just one block over, but does not connect to Jarvis or Ted Rogers Way, but I think there's a walkway I can take that will take me over to Hayden. Not sure if this is it or not. Let's see where this takes us. I don't like all these big gates all over the place. Here's another entranceway I could have taken from Ted Rogers Way. So let's see if this leads over to Hayden Street. And it looks like it does. Here's where Hayden Street comes to an abrupt end. We'll start making our way west. Never walked along this section of Hayden before either. We're walking directly into the sun. I think there's another walkway further along Hayden that will lead me back over to Charles Street, so I thought I'd check that out. So here's Church Street. What happened to this A&W? Looks like someone went crazy and smashed some windows here. Still open for business, but maybe somebody did not like their Beyond Meat burger.
One or
I'm not sure if this will go all the way through to Charles here. I might have to come back if there is not another walkway further along here. It looks like the sun is being hidden behind a building finally. Oh, here's the walkway I was thinking of. So Hayden Street ends at Yonge Street, just a block or so to the west. But this will take us down to Charles. It's a perspective I've never seen before of these two buildings. Rather dense area here with all these towers. And here's Charles Street. Now I wonder if this will take me down to the next block. I'm really not sure. Let's find out. I didn't look at the map beforehand to see where this led. I know there's a linear park further west on Charles near Yonge, but that section of it is closed at the moment with a fence preventing anyone from walking along it. Now, is there any way out of here? This might be a dead end. It looks like it is locked up ahead. Yeah, I don't think I can go anywhere. Let's head back this way. So now this is truly a Lost in Toronto adventure. I might have to go back out to Charles Street. Let's just take a peek around the back of this building to see. See, there's a door there, but is it locked? Let's investigate. And that's locked. Oh, I think I might have found a way. I see a fence up there, though. Can I get past that? Let's peek around this side. Hey, I found the way to, I believe, Isabella Street. At least I didn't have to backtrack much and repeat walking along a stretch I've already walked along. So here's Isabella. And if I had tried to walk this way, I wouldn't have gotten very far, because that fence leads right up against a steep drop to the underground parking there. The sun will go behind some buildings again in a moment. go. I can see again. So that linear park, I think, does continue on now from this side, heading south. Here's the section that is fenced off that I would have walked down if I could have, but that's been fenced off for quite a long time now. I didn't mean to scare the pigeons off, but just wanted to check out the sign. Do not feed the pigeons. And George Hislop Park is what that's called. But as you can see here, it does continue on. And Isabella Street ends there at Yonge Street. And these are lovely townhomes here. Fronting onto a park. I think that's an architect's office there, though. I'm not sure if these are purely residential or if they're actually offices. They seem to have plaques on the doors in front of each one. Not sure if that fountain is in working order. And this section is called Norman Jewison Park. He's a once big name filmmaker from Toronto. I think he was most famous in the 1970s and 80s. And we'll continue on through the linear park. It's looking up at the cluster of towers at Yonge and Bloor.
It's almost like what's the word?
And this is Dundonald Street. There's an entrance to Wellesley subway station. And you can hear the subway actually passing underneath. Let's see if this alleyway will take me down to the next street. And it looks like it does. This will take us down to Wellesley Street. Wow, that's an awesome set of fire escapes I just discovered here. In the back of this commercial building. These buildings front onto Yonge Street. I might have to put those on my list of possible fire escape climbs. This is where the main entrance to Wellesley Station is. It's quite busy along this stretch, obviously. There's the bus bays. And that's looking east down Wellesley. But let's That truck just went through a red light. The person behind him honked saying, "Hey, what are you doing? You can't go." But they went anyway. And this is kind of funny. It says walkway, but it's actually just the entrance to a parking lot. And there is a walkway here on this side, though, that looks like a walkway. So shouldn't this little entrance gate be right here? Although it's also a vehicle shortcut, I suppose. So this is the walkway. Looks just like a plain old parking lot to me. You can walk through it, of course, but there's nothing indicating that pedestrians have any sort of priority here. You just hope that no cars are coming and going, crossing your path. I wonder how long it'll be before this parking lot is developed with some new residential density. It's in a prime location. I think towers are going to be springing up all around it, including right beside, I believe, in that empty lot. All right, we are now leaving the quote-unquote walkway. So let's just keep going. This entire stretch that we've been walking along is where the subway line runs underneath. Now, I'm not sure if I can walk through over on this side. Looks like I can. Just have to cut through this parking lot. This one doesn't say walkway though. There's the Aura towering off in the distance. All right, now this is Wood Street. And that was Alexander Street on the other side of the parking lot we just walked through. Together they make up the name Alexander Wood, who is a notable historic figure. But I believe he got cancelled, so they took down his statue, which used to be in the Church Wellesley Village. And I have walked through here before. Some neat old historic photos. The CN Tower under construction. And here's Carlton Street. I'm going to try to cross without going to the intersection. It's Yonge Street just right over there. And College Street begins beyond. Right, there seems to be traffic backed up here. Maybe I can cross.
Yeah, but you go to West Village,
Here comes the 506 Carlton. I've never come through here before. I'm not sure if this is completely cut off. I mean, it looks like it is. I think this will just lead me back out onto Yonge Street, so I won't go down there, but there is another walkway up ahead that I'm sure I can take all the way through. Just over there is the Maple Leaf Gardens. There's the Aura again. These sculptures look like something you'd see on Stranger Things in the Upside Down. And this will lead you straight out to Yonge Street. And here's one side of the History of Music on Yonge Street mural.
Wow, what is that?
It's a little camera. It's like a GoPro, similar. Yeah, it's neat. And this is the other side of the mural on the same building. I have done some other videos getting a better look at the murals here if you're interested. Yonge Street was a hub of live music for decades, starting from the 1950s and through to the 70s or so, before all the live music venues started shutting down. And I think this is McGill Street we're currently on. This leads over to Church. There's a handsome dog. And the sun is really starting to get low in the sky now. I'll try not to point my camera in that direction. unless it's being blocked by Aura. Thank you, Aura, for blocking the sun so I could get that shot. And here's Gerrard Street. And now we're coming into the quad here at Toronto Metropolitan University. And that is the clock tower on campus chiming. Here's Gould Street, right in the heart of the Toronto Metropolitan University campus. And there's the clock tower up there. Not very large or imposing, but it serves its purpose. The chime is quite loud. So we've managed to make our way all the way from Sherbourne Station in St. Jamestown down to the TMU campus, almost completely using walkways and pathways and parks. Not really using any major north-south streets along the entire way. I don't think I've ever done that before. It was pretty enjoyable. And just up ahead is the Metro grocery store, which which is where I'm going to be wrapping up the video. We're quite close to where I live now. So I'll just pop in, grab a few things, and head home. So I hope you enjoyed the walk from the north side of downtown all the way down here to about midway down at Gould Street and Church. Leave a comment below if you did enjoy, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store, and there's a super thanks button right down below also. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.